Good morning today, my friends. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. Also, it is Friday, October 31st. 2025. What a scary year it's been. And we are back with Megafortress. I did not sleep well last night for some reason. I didn't wear my watch because it ran out of battery. I didn't even realize. My APAP said I got 5 hours of sleep. It's not great. So I'm very tired. So I don't know how much steam I have in the old engine today. So we'll see how much we get done today. But today we have we're moving from unopposed bombing to opposed bombing. Not full bombing. We've got two bombing, and then we've got full bombing. Then we've got the final training mission, which is multiple targets. So today we're starting bombing. So not only do we have radar and SAM sites to deal with, we're going to have at least one aircraft to deal with. Imitate an F5 imitating a MiG-27. I did practice this mission once, and I stalled out and hit a mountain. So let's see how we do again today. Now, I don't know why they give me so many sidewinders. 5 sidewinders and 2 AMRAMs. That seems a bit silly. So we're gonna remove the sidewinder. At least remove 3 of the sidewinders. We're gonna put on AMRAMs. Really? Really? Oh, fine. I hate leaving the runway with empty with empty slots, but what are you gonna do here? All right, and got bricks. Mavericks. Oh, 57 miles, huh? Oh, we have a wide array of ordnance here. So here we have all our free fall stuff. Here we have all our missiles. Here we have all our air to ground missiles. Here we have all our air missiles. That seems to be reasonable, especially for only one plane. Seems to be a reasonable. I mean, for only one plane, we should only need 2 AMRAMs, but like having extras. Sidewinders on the Megafortress are kind of useless, but it's good to have at least a couple in a pinch. But yeah, they're kind of useless on the Megafortress. Happy Halloween, Luke. But yeah. All right, so we're fueled up, ready to go. Now remember, this game takes a lot of practice, so if we have to try this mission 3, 4, 7 times, that's what it's going to take. You know? You're up. Flaps up. On. Create avoidance computer on. Terrain avoidance computer do its job. That's fine for now. Turn all the lights off. We don't have to worry about yeah, we don't have to worry about scanning for a house yet. Okay. Alright, so our first threat is going to be probably the airplane. Alright, so what kind of targets are we looking at? Okay, we have 5 targets to deal with, all at the same place. A control tower, a runway, hardened hangar. Only 5. Shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully... I mean, that's to say whether we get to the target at all. Alright, so in a real mission, what you're going to do is every so often you're going to turn your radar on, which is this. You're going to turn this on every so often just to see what's out there, and you're going to turn it off. You're not going to leave it on. You cannot leave the attack. Do not leave your... The manual says this specifically. Oh, hang on. The manual says this specifically. Evasion is the name of the game. Evasion is the name of the game, and you definitely want... keep your radar off as much as possible, but you have to turn it on every so often to get the lay of the land. Every so often you're going to have to turn that radar on in order to figure out what's out there. Now, right now, setting the altitude with these temporary waypoints doesn't matter because you have the terrain avoidance computer on. So I could give it an altitude of 0, and that doesn't matter because it's going to stick with the altitude set by the terrain avoidance computer, which, as you see right now, is 922 feet, which is within the proper altitude for the bombs to be dropped. Do we have a transponder yet? No. Alright, nothing out there yet. Now, normally on a regular mission, we probably would go up to 10,000 feet because in a regular mission, we would probably be hitting up a tanker at around... Oh, hang on. All right, hang on. This is the game's copy protection. If you do get this game, they couldn't remove the copy protection because it's embedded into the missions themselves, because it's part of the game. Because if you don't do this, they will shoot you down, which is, I think, amazing. Hang on. Is the radar still on? Shit. Wait. Is the radar still on? Fuck. Hang on. Fuck. Okay. So 78 is 20. All right. We have a proper reply. And then once that's done, you turn that shit off. You do not want to fly around with your transponder on. That's just as bad as flying around with your radar on. Not do that. Okay, we are still quite a ways away from our... Okay, we're still way away from our target. That's at waypoint 2. Let's, still nothing out there yet. Okay. Even if we did detect the aircraft, we couldn't shoot at yet. Once you start approaching the target, you want to turn this on. This will allow your weapons officer to automatically dispense chaff and flares, depending on if a missile is incoming. It's not amazingly effective, but it's better than nothing. Well, nothing. Oh, wait. I want the autopilot. So we're gonna have to maneuver around these mountains soon. Excuse me. Oh, that was sudden. Does anyone have any fun plans for Halloween? We always go over to my wife's sister's house, because they have an actual house in a neighborhood where kids actually still go trick-or-treating. Oh boy. And we hang out there and give kids treats. We're gonna go over there tonight, have some dinner. We're gonna watch this amazing Australian movie with them called The Emu War, which is this comedic take on the Australian historical event of the same name. If you haven't heard of the Emu War, one, it's a very funny movie, but the actual Emu War is hysterical, and you should. There's a great podcast called The Dollop that did a great episode about the Emu War. The Australian Army declared war on emus and lost, which is hilarious. Hang on. Oh, I think that's our airfield up ahead. Yep, that's our airfield. So, hang on a second. I bet you one of those is a plane. Ah, yeah, sure is. Goodbye. All right, and off. Closing the windows and hoping for the best. All right, so there's a couple of radars out there. Gonna launch at least 2 tactic rainbows out there. Go. And go. Now, where's the run? Where's the no, I could target the thing. Why can't I? Come on. Where's the thing? Why can't I target it now? You let me click on it a moment ago. You let me click on it just a moment ago. There you go. I turn off the autopilot. And we're going to speed up because last time I did this, we stalled out trying to go over a hill. All right, now we're lined up with the airfield. I'm going to select... We're going to select our free fall bombs. We're still 14 miles out, but we are not detected yet. Oh, something just got blowed up. I don't know what, but something just got blowed up. Okay, something just got blowed up. I don't know what it was, but something just blew up. Something just got blowed up. Crap. Crap! Okay, we have no radar. We got nothing. Alright, I can't do anything. Alright, we're gonna try again. What did we take out? We took out a search radar. That's all we took out. Alright. Alright, what I think we have to do... I think we have to keep the radar on until that F5 gets taken out. I think that's what we have to do. Badly. Because I think the... Well, I'm not sure, but that's what we're going to try this time. And I want... Alright, we'll try this again. Got fuel, we've changed. Got some more AMRAMs now. Let's give it another shot. I saw one meme. It was pretty great. I saw one meme where it was like, the kids better be ready for trick or treat this year, and it was just a stack. It was just stacks and stacks of VHS copies of Titanic. That was really funny. I thought that was really funny. Can you imagine being a kid? Trick or treat. Here you go, kid. And here's a... Sorry, got a little phlegmy there. Ugh. Oh, sorry. One more time. Okay. Sorry about that. You don't need to hear me blow my nose or whatnot. I know, right? All right. Here we go. Let's try this again. I appreciate you guys having the patience with me to go through these training missions multiple times because again, this game requires a lot of training. This game is up there with like Tornado as being very training intensive, you know. So I'll tell you what. I have one of my best friends. She's got a like 19, 20-year-old daughter. And they're like buying things like digital cameras and Polaroids and things because they want to relive the 90s. And they're fascinated with things like VHS and stuff like that because they want to again relive the 90s. And I'm like, why? I mean, why? I don't understand. I mean, there were some good things out of the 90s, but like it had its problems like any other decade. Like I mean, don't let nostalgia blind you from the don't let nostalgia blind you from the societal problems that any other decade goes through, you know. Anyway, right. It's just kind of funny. They're going to thrift stores and buying like old Canon digital cameras and stuff to like try and recapture the not like. Why would you want to recapture the? I don't know. Anyway. Like I said, the only thing I've said this before, the only thing I would want to recapture from the 90s is big box PC game stores. Like going to the mall and going to electronics boutique and seeing all the big box PC games there. That's the only thing I would want to recapture from the 90s. That's it. That's the only thing I would want to recapture from the 90s. Period. I mean, we don't have to go to music stores now. We got digital music. You know, I don't miss going to malls because I don't particularly like. I don't particularly like being around people. So I don't miss going to malls. You know, so it's like I don't really miss the 90s, you know. I don't miss the woman I was dating in the 90s because we were very different. There's a reason I broke up with her. I mean, not that she was a bad person or anything. We were just very, very different, very, very different people. But I like too young to realize that at the time, you know. Like the only thing I miss about the 90s are big box PC game stores. That's really the only thing I don't miss. I don't miss living in Pennsylvania. I don't miss that, you know. I mean. Yeah, I really don't like leaving with empty pylons to work on that. Good morning, MiG-21. Have you been here before? Your name looks kind of familiar, but I'm not sure. I don't have the best memory. Have you been here before? If you have and I've forgotten, I apologize. But if you haven't, welcome. I was not a kid in the 90s. I graduated high school in 1992. So I was an adult. The best thing about the 90s were, for me, Mudspike? What's Mudspike? Sorry, what's Mudspike? I'm not remembering what Mudspike is. The best thing for me about the 90s were the video games. I still propose that the 90s were the most foundational decade for video games ever. And we're never going to have a decade like that ever again for video games. Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Yes. I'm sorry. Right. Yes. Sorry. I apologize. Again, not the best memory. Yes. Great forums. I mostly lurk there. But yeah, they are great forums that I do occasionally post on. But yeah, those are great forums. Yeah, but the 90s were, I mean, the 90s were like the most foundational decade for video games. You had like 3D acceleration, CD-ROMs, hard drives, like just from a technology perspective alone. But like so many foundational video games came out in the 90s that we're still not only playing today, but we're playing the descendants of today. Like, yeah, like things moved so quickly and came out and were so, again, foundational in the 90s. Like, oh my God, I cannot stress enough how amazing and special and important the 90s were to video gaming. My God, I just look at this game. 91. 1991, right here. 1991, my God. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, put that. Hang on. Damn. Ah, fudge. On these mountains. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I started Retro Dogfight, is because no one was talking about those classic flight sims of the 80s and 90s. I've not played Grand Prix Legends. I wasn't as into racing games back then, but I've been told I should give it a shot. So I do plan to. I haven't yet, but I've been told I should give Grand Prix Legends a shot. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thank God for temporary waypoints, you guys. Wait, did I turn the lights off? Okay, good. Just making sure. I'm pretty sure I did. Everything looks dimmed, but yeah, I've been told, especially with, I mean, the modding community for that game, I recently discovered is absolutely impressive. I love to see modding communities for these old 90s games. And I love how like developers and modders keep these games going. Like someone made a Windows executionable for Microprose Grand Prix 2 that makes it a Windows native game. Like, how amazing is that? You know, just amazing stuff like that. Just astounding. Stuff like that is absolutely astounding. Okay, hang on. I'll turn this on for a second. Nothing yet. Yeah, I've heard Grand Prix Legends is amazing. I've not had the time or the wherewithal to, because I have my own games to play, plus this, plus homework for Retro Dogfight. I just haven't gotten around to it. I only recently discovered people talking about it, and, you know, only recently, within the last month or two, discovered its impressive modding scene. Oh, God, excuse me a moment. And that blowing nose button, just one of the best things I ever made. Publishers like the publishers and developers, they don't exist as entities anymore for these games. So like if they were selling Grand Prix Legends on Steam or GOG, okay, maybe, but they're not, you know. So have at. But the thing is, even if they were, you guys are keeping the love alive. It's like free advertising for these games. So it's not like the folks behind that are selling Free Space 2 on GOG are stopping the folks from the Free Space Open project from modding their game. That'd be stupid. It's like free advertising for their game, you know? So I don't think they hate you. I mean, some do, like Nintendo. Some do, but like, I think some smarter people see modders as kind of an extension of advertising, which it is, really. Okay. Oh, God. All right, nothing yet. Still a ways out, I think. Oh, yeah, we're still a ways out. I think it's about maybe 5 to 6 minutes when we start seeing stuff. Hang on. Everything okay? Oh, okay. You have a baby? Which baby do you have? Oh. Oh, Matilda. Oh. Oh, ow. It's like she knows the camera's right there. Yeah. She's like, don't even try it. Our one cat hates the camera. Hang on a second. 1 second, folks. Oh, the xylophone? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did it work? I don't remember. I'm excited. My wife is an elementary school music teacher, and for her Halloween costume this year, she got a xylophone that apparently actually works. I want to see it when you put it on. Well, I think in the 90s they could take more chances because video gaming was much more of a Wild West than it is today. Well, it's still a Wild West, but that's more of the indie scene now. But I mean, yeah, I would love to track down the folks who made this game and find out how it came to be, because like I bet you it's because, you know, the Tom Clancy books were such a hit that they were like, okay, what other techno thrillers can we make into a game? And this book was so plane focused that they were like, ooh, that one. I bet you it was something like that because so much of the book was focused on the plane that they were like, yeah, we could probably make a game out of that. And it was interesting to read that the author himself, who was a bomber navigator, a B-52 navigator himself, had quite a bit of input into the game. Also, which was interesting. Well, I think one other thing, you bring that up, the limitations of the not only the budgets but the hardware forced them to be more creative in what they could and what they had to and what they could do. You know. Yep. We're still a ways out. I think so. I believe he did have experience in FLS in other bombers as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was big into techno thrillers back in these days. My grandfather and I did. I grew up with my grandparents, and my grandfather and I did not share a lot of interests. But the one thing we did share is a love of techno thrillers. Like he and I both love Tom Clancy, and whatnot. And he and I both read this, Fly the Old Dog. So when they made a game out of Fly the Old Dog, this was a day one purchase for me. Yeah, I noped out of Clancy after, God, I think the second Jack Ryan book. I also noped out of these after the third or fourth book. They got way too big for their britches. Wait a minute, what's this? What's that? Ha, you mother. There you are, you son of a biscuit. Gotcha. All right. Once you get close enough, I am definitely... Oh, nope. Lost the lock. Once you get close enough, I'm definitely firing 2 AMRAMs at your butt. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, they got way too outlandish. That's why I think... before he got too character focused, that's why I think Tom Clancy's books, Hunt for October and Red Storm Rising are his best books. Because they weren't focused on just one character. And again, with Fly the Old Dog, it was kind of focused on the one character, but he also had a lot of other characters. So, it wasn't as egregious. Yeah, I think Sum of All Fears is when I noped out. It was like, I was like, this is too much. This is a little too much. All right, hang on. I'm gonna turn the radar back on just to launch the air-to-air missiles. Launch. Oh no, what are you doing? Why'd you switch pylons, buddy? All right. We're going to turn the radar off. Let's see, what do we have here? The missiles missed? Are you kidding me? Both of them? Son of a bitch. Glad I brought extras. That explains a lot. Just launching missiles as the day is long. Alright. Turn shit off now. Alright. Come on, let me click the airfield. Let me click it. Come on, let me click it. It's right there. I know it's right there. There we go. Oh, come on. I launched 4 AMRAAMs at the frickin' thing. I launched 4 AMRAAMs at the goddamn thing. 4 of them. There's one more. What about that one too? Fine, do that, do that. There we go. Do that. Alright, Alright. Crap, we just overflew the goddamn... Alright, we're gonna have to... Drop the goddamn bomb. Drop the goddamn bomb. Drop the goddamn bomb. What are you doing? Drop the goddamn bomb. Oh, you stupid. Why didn't you drop the bomb when I told you to drop the bomb? No, not right there. I told you to drop... Useless. Sorry. No, don't close the window. I'll be fine. Don't close. I gotta turn around and go back. Now I gotta turn around and go back. Pain in the ass. What's going on? Switched? Hitting everything. Two of the engines are damaged. All right, did I hit everything? No, I haven't hit anything. All right. Camera out? Camera's not out. Oh, be quiet. What amazes me about this is that Microprose's B-17 bomber sim came out around the same time, if I recall correctly. And it allowed you to let the AI pretty much take command of every position in the plane. The game could basically fly itself. And this game could sorely use a little bit of help in that regard. Sorely. Sorely use help in that regard. Okay, we're going to try this again. Seriously, if I had all the money, I would probably do a remake of this, Tornado, and F-117A. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Come on. Lock on the damn thing. Lock onto it. Come on. Like that. Okay, I hit something. Good. All right, so that's still pretty great. That's still pretty great. That's amazing. So my wife's xylophone costume lights up and plays some xylophone music. That's pretty great, honey. It's super cheesy, but that's what you want. That's what you want. Oh, that's what you want, man. That's pretty great. The kids are going to love it. The kids are going to absolutely love it. All right. All right. So wait, what do we have left? We have a runway and okay. Oh. No, not a lake. Come on. There we go. Oh, yep, that'll do it. Let's speed up. Oh, wait, we're missing 2 engines. Okay, good times. Hey, Thurston. Not a weird costume, it's a xylophone. All right. Oh, come on, man. What? Oh. Apparently that worked. Apparently, what? Apparently that worked. Oh, okay. We did it, apparently. Sure. All right, let's get out of here. So, 2 engines are damaged. On 75% power. I love you. Fun. Oh, we're definitely heading home. We got everything. Good job us. Yes? Out of the hang. Okay. Now, apparently, in the actual campaigns, Dale Brown gives you feedback on your missions. I had forgotten about that. I don't know if he does that for the expansions, but apparently he does that for the Persian Gulf and Flight of the Old Dog. We'll see. See how that goes. Yeah, I'm not going to complain. It worked. Like, this is a brutal game, so I'm going to take the W. All right. Oh, pardon me. I wonder why the co-pilot. I know we're damaged, but oop. What's up? Oh. Merch link? I remember a merch link. I know we're damaged, but not quite. Okay, so the electrical system is malfunctioning. Oh. Hmm. Hang on. Where are we now? What's the problem? Nope. Getting some kind of alert, but I don't know what it is. Hang on. Flight systems warning flashes to response to a variety of flight systems problems. Please see the Taxiland radio switch in this chapter. Damage control, chapter 2. Alright, hang on. I love having a tablet, you guys. But every manual I could possibly try and get. Excuse me. Let's see. Damage control. Let's see. No. Unspecified damage. Okay, so I turned off the engine. Is there a fire? I see. The lights aren't on. Generators are on. Ah. Generator 7 is having a problem. I see. Hang on. But this is working, so So generators 1, 3, and 5 are on, but generator 7... I love the detail of this. Morning, Julie. All right, I guess we're just gonna have to. Gonna have to hope we make the rest of the way successfully. Oh, both cats are in here. Hi, guys. Yeah, for now. And nothing seems to be on fire. And let me just double check. Let me just double check. All right. Well, our damaged engines are shut off, so... My wife decided to go to our local independent coffee house instead of Coffee Bean and ran to one of our neighbors who was dressed, and one of the neighbor's daughters is dressed as Fiona from Shrek. That's cute. How close are we to... Okay, we're still a ways away. I'll tell you that, that alert. This is probably what, oh, that's got to be what's going on. See the oil light up there? That's what's got to be going on. Let's see, oil light. One or more of the engines is low on oil. The oil... Ah. That's what's going on. There it is. Well. Okay. Well. Well, we already got 2 engines down. I have a feeling this is what a lot of missions are going to be like. We get there, we get into a scrape, we get a bit bruised, we limp our way home. But I don't think there's any kind of continuity in terms of damage, so as long as we hit all the targets, I think that's what matters. But that explains the alert, the oil light. That explains it right there. Okay. Yeah, we're getting close. I love how I keep getting ads for both the New York Times and the Washington Post. Like, hey, you want to sign up? No, I don't, because you helped usher in this fascist hellscape we live in today. So no, I don't want to give you any money. No, I don't. You can go to hell. You're owned by billionaires. You don't need my money. You're owned by bootlicking billionaires. You don't need my, $50 a year. Go rot in the hell that you have created for yourselves. Fuck you. All right. I think we're about to land this baby. Yep, we sure are. Here we go. Laps. Here. Autopilot off. Did I just turn it off? Yes, I did. Okay, great. Oh, and tack off. We don't want to keep trying and level it. We don't want kind of cheap. We don't want the Creative Void's computer to try and keep leveling us off at 900 whatever. So the what? Oh no, I got damaged on the way. I got damaged on the way in. I don't think I'm out of oil. I think if I was out of oil, wouldn't the engines have seized up? I don't know. Thank you. One thing I like about this game is it's very forgiving when it comes to landing. Which is good, because it's not forgiving in just about every other area. Weapons used. Just about everything. Excuse me. Just about every weapon was used. Wow. We took out several search radars and just about everything else. Oh, they don't count the damage to Megafortress. None. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Damage to Megafortress. None. I got damaged. 2 engines got damaged. What are you talking about? What? It's interesting. They don't mention the F5 I took out. Oh, MiG's destroyed. There it is. Over there. So this is in a different part of the debrief. So this is the ground damage assessment. And this is the... Okay. All right. I think we have time to try the next one. Bombing, Part 2. Enemy fighters, SAMs, and radars are on alert this mission. After the first waypoint, avoid detection. Oh God. Oh God. The gremlins. Oh God. Okay, this looks kind of terrifying, doesn't it? Alright. What kind of target? 2 runways? Wait. Holy crap. How many missile silos? Oh my god. Dear Lord. Alright, sure. What do we got? What are you giving me this time? Oh, come on with the damn... your damn sidewinders. Damn sidewinders. Negative. Negative, negative, negative. We are taking... all I can load? Ugh. Okay, so what do we got here? I have quite a few things. All right. Okay. All right. All right, let's give it a shot. um. Oh. Part of me wonders if this game wasn't a hit. Like, was it not a success and they just already had the 2 expansion packs planned already from the get-go? I don't know. I don't know if this game was a hit or not, you know? Oh, come on. Yeah, it probably wasn't a hit, right? Yikes. And yet they still released 2 expansion packs. But I wonder if the expansion packs were mail order only? Because I don't remember seeing them in the stores. I've said this before, and I was in the computer game stores all the time. All the time. Multiple times a week I would go to Egghead Software and Electronics Boutique and Babbage's. I was in there all the time. And I don't remember seeing expansions for this. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I do not remember seeing the expansions for this, so I don't know. I'm just happy that when they released this on Steam and GOG, that the people who that the people who released these had access to the two expansions. You know, that they were able to. I'm just happy that the people who released these had access to a complete version of Megafortress here. You know what I mean? I'm very happy that they were able to cobble together all the expansions and everything. You know what I mean? War games were very popular back then. I mean, they still are, but I mean, war games. Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Crap! I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to go over this. Good job, Tack. Yeah, I mean, the foundation of computer gamers were war gamers. I think we're the foundation. I think computer gamers were built on war gamers. I think. And a lot of the earliest computer games were based on war games. Like, look at SSI. Like Thorsten just said, they had some of the earliest entries into computer games based on their board games. You know, so yeah, war games were huge for early computer games back in the day, because the amount of computer gamers were so much smaller. You could be more niche. You could have golf games. You know, you could have, more niche role-playing games like Buck Rogers and things like that. No, Outlaw, you're not remembering who your average computer gamer was in 1990 versus who they are today. Your average computer gamer in 1990 was a much more niche, a much more nerdy person than your average gamer today. Much more nerdy, much more narrow, much more narrowly focused, a much more different a video gamer in 1990 is a much more different person than they are in 2025. Much different. A video gamer in 1990 would seek out Harpoon. Absolutely. Would seek out something like Age of Rifles. Would seek something out like a war game construction set. All those. I mean, me personally, I didn't get into strategy gaming until the early 90s. So I missed a lot. I didn't get into strategy games until the early 90s. I've got to be honest. My first strategy game, if you could call it that, no, it wasn't a strategy game. I played naval games. My first strategy game was Warlords 2, which was like 93-ish. I played naval games before that, which are kind of strategy-ish. Like 68 Attack Sub, things like that, which was the late 80s. Silent Service, things like that. Gato, But I didn't really get into actual strategy games until the early 90s. But in 1980, your average video gamer was going to an arcade, like Luke said, playing Pac-Man, Defender, Space Invaders, Pole Position. Probably had an Atari at home, like I did. Maybe a Vectrex, ColecoVision, that sort of thing. Computer gaming wasn't really a thing in 1980. I mean, it kind of was. With the Apple, maybe a Commodore. 1990, you had some computer gaming with the PC and the Amiga. But again, in 1990, people sought out wargaming. Absolutely. Absolutely. In 1990. No question. No question. Oh, hang on. I got a job to do. Hang on. Okay, nothing yet. I got to select the air-to-air pylon. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, MIG? Oh, my God. Growing up in the time of arcades, I feel very blessed to be a child of... I feel blessed to have grown up when I did. I feel as if I grew up alongside video games. Because I was born in 73, and, video games basically started when I started. You know what I mean? So I feel like I am a child of video games, basically. And so I feel I grew up alongside arcades. And oh my God, to run to arcades as a child, and as a young adult, and oh my God, just such a childhood. That was the best. Video games were the best part of my childhood. Probably one of the only good parts of my childhood. Video games and cartoons, really, and movies. Media was the only good part of my childhood, really. I didn't have a good childhood. Except for media, like video games, movies, cartoons. That was the only good part of my childhood. But yeah, I grew up alongside video games. And I feel like I really am a child of video games. I remember the first time I went into Putt Putt. That was the first arcade I ever went to. Yeah, you really did. The late 80s and early 90s was the tail end of the arcade age. Yeah, it really was. I really got to grow up in the golden age of arcades. Oh my God, let me tell you. Whew, what a time. What a time. But computer gaming really started to take hold in the early to mid 80s. I got my first computer in 86. No, I got my first computer in 83. But I got my first DOS computer in 86, and that's really when it took over my life. And I got Starflight in 86, and that just took over my entire brain. My entire soul was taken over by Starflight. And that was it. I was done after that. I was huge into video games, but Starflight just... And yeah, video games were a very different animal back in the 80s and 90s, and video gamers were a very different animal back in the 80s and 90s. And you could have a shelf full of things like Harpoon and SSI war games and things like the Carriers at War from SSG and God, what were some of the other early classics? Oh my God, there were so many things you would see on the shelves that would be so niche today that were fully on shelves back then, because that's what we had. Flight sims, war games, naval games, full-on text adventures. Just so many things that were just full on the oeuvre of computer games. That's what they were. That's what you saw on the shelves because that was the whole of computer gaming back then. And because the audience was so much smaller and more focused, that's what sold. You know? It was just an amazing time. All right, hang on. Oh, what's this? Interesting. Goodbye. You are one of the older amongst us, Julie, to be fair. To be completely fair, you are one of the older amongst us. You are one of the elder gamers. How far out are we? We're still far out. We're still far out, and yet we're already seeing radars. Oh God! All right, what do we got? Crap! That's a launcher. And what's that? Ah, you son of a bitch. Oh, I'm jealous. I was never good at Pac-Man. I was never ever good at Pac-Man. I was never. Now my drug of choice was Defender and Gauntlet. Those are my two favorites. Especially Defender. Oh my God, I love Defender so much. And Gauntlet. Oh my God, but I also loved Pole Position. And oh my God. And Afterburner too. The Afterburner games were so good. And Space Harrier. Oh, Space Harrier. Sega made such good arcade games. Oh man. They made another good one. I can never remember the name of it, but it had a full like gimbaled thing. Oh, it was a space game. You were in the spaceship. Oh, I can never remember the name of it, but it was so good. God, there were so many good arcade games back then. Did you guys see the why is the Game Pause thing red? Did you guys see the Star Wars Strategic Command arcade game Hallmark ornament that's out this year? It's the old sit-down Star Trek Strategic Command arcade game from like the late 70s, early 80s. With the trackball on one side and the buttons on the other side. Remember that one? Where you sat down and it's the first person thing and you're shooting Klingon ships? Remember that one? And you'd dock at a star base and load up and then you'd go out and you'd shoot some more Klingon ships? Remember that one? That one was so great. That one was so great. I played the hell out of that one. And the old Star Wars and the Star Wars one, the vector graphic Star Wars one where you're doing the trench run. And Discs of Tron. There were so many games I lost so many quarters to. And Spy Hunter. Yeah, so many and Outrun. I loved Outrun. So many great arcade games back then. And I lost so many. So this past year, I had my 52nd birthday party at a place called Barcade, about 45 minutes from here, and it was delightful. They had the X-Men game and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and they had Crazy Taxi, and all these great arcade games. And I lost at least a good couple hours there, and we're probably going to go back there for my birthday again in February. Can't wait, because I loved it. And there were no kids. Oh, that was the best part. No kids. It's a bar. No kids. That was the best part. because we tried to go for my birthday a couple years ago to an arcade that's in Pasadena, about an hour away, and it was just full of kids. It was like, no, thank you. I mean, there was one good thing about that though. It was full of old arcade games like The Simpsons and X-Men and Galaga and Space Invaders and oh yes, Galaxy Force. Well remembered. It was that's such a generic name. I can never remember the name. But yes, that was it. I'm pretty sure that was it. So yeah, this arcade in Pasadena is full of these old arcade games like Defender and Gauntlet and all these great arcade games. And it was full of kids playing these classics. And even though it was full of kids and I couldn't play these games, and I was a little sad about that, it was really heartening to see all these kids playing these classic arcade games. And that was nice, you know? That was actually really nice to see a new generation of these kids playing these games that I grew up on. So that was, honestly, that was really sweet. I gotta say. Oh yeah, I too am a Sega fan. I'm looking at my Dreamcast and my Sega Genesis right here. I have one of each. I didn't have consoles as a child. I was a computer guy. Well, no, that's not true. I had consoles in the early 80s up to 86, and then I stopped because I was a computer guy. But now I've got several consoles, including my beloved Dreamcast and my beloved Sega Genesis. My Sega Genesis is pretty much a Starflight machine at this point. Oh, I bought my Dreamcast for Crazy Taxi. That is why I bought my Dreamcast, because I love Crazy Taxi. Yeah. Well, the PS5 is an excellent Blu-ray player. No question. But, yeah, I never had a Saturn. It was such a short-lived console, I never felt the need to get one. But I have a 360, a PS3, a Wii, and the nice thing about the nice thing about those is the 360 can play original Xbox games. The PS3 is an original one that can play PS2 games, and the Wii is GameCube compatible, so it can play GameCube games. And then I've got, the Dreamcast and the Genesis, so I can play a lot of stuff over here. I bought those years ago when I, used to have people over or couch co-op stuff, and now I don't do that anymore. But I still play, I still load up the PS3 every now and again for MotorStorm Pacific Drift, and I still load up the Xbox every now and then. I just recently got the first Forza Horizon game, which, wow. I think the first Forza Horizon game might be better than the more recent Forza Horizon games, honestly. I've been slowly collecting 360 games. But yeah, growing up with video games in the 80s and 90s, I'll tell you guys, what a time. That's why I launched Retro Dogfight, because no one was talking about those classics. So I'm like, well, we should. I don't think I'm going to finish this mission, so let's just get as far as we can before I have to go to work. Apparently there was a show that my father-in-law liked, Dobie Gillis, I think, and apparently work was a curse word in that show. So, work! So, that's how he likes to say it. Apparently it's a very traumatic word. So how are we doing? Doing okay? How far are we? We're still several minutes out. We have so many targets to take out. Look at that. So many targets. Okay, hang on. So, they're not. Oh, nope. Nope. There we go. All right, how are we doing? Oh, took out something. don't know what. And what we got? That. Fuck you. Oh, no. Why'd you switch pylons? Why'd you switch pylons? That is so annoying. Why'd you switch pylons? No, stop it. Why did you switch pylons? If this keeps doing this, I might stop playing this. This is too frustrating. All right. Ah! Yeah, exactly. That show. Yes. That show with that guy. Yeah. What's his name? Bob Denver. Yeah. Toby Gillis or whatever. Yeah. I too got paid today, Outlaw. It's a nice feeling. It's quite the nice feeling. Okay, so now, hang on. Now we're coming to... All right, so now we should be approaching... Come on, let me select it. Let me select it. Let me select the runway. Let me select it. It's right there. I can see it. No. 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 There it is. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Oh, I launched 5. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah. All right, we're going to try this mission next week. We're going to try this mission again next week. But I'm going to be honest. There are these little things this game is doing that's starting to frustrate me to the point where I might stop soon. Because breaking lock and changing pylons on me in the middle of a fight like that is really testing my patience. There's no need for that. You know what I mean? There is no need for that. And I don't know if it's because I don't know if it did that back in the day. You know what I mean? I don't know if it did that back in the day. But if it keeps doing that, I'm probably going to move on because that in the middle of a fight, in the middle of a fight, if it keeps doing that, we're just going to be done because that is just too annoying to deal with on a regular basis. And that's just going to be too frustrating. I love this game. I finished this game back in the day. And I don't remember if it did that or not back in the day. You know what I mean? And no, I don't know if it's a thing the game did back in the day or not. And this is the Steam version. I'll try the GOG version and see if it does the same thing. I bet you it does. I will try the GOG version and test it out. That's a good idea, Thorsten. But if it does that on both versions, yeah, I might call it because that is super annoying. That is just really annoying, right? Yeah, I don't think it did. But if it's doing it now, how do I fix it? Is it a DOSBox thing? Like, how do I fix it? Like, I don't even know how I would fix it. Is it a DOSBox thing? Is it a cycles thing? Like, how do you fix it? Because isn't that super annoying? I think you're right, Thorsten. I don't think it did it. Because if it did, I don't think I would have kept playing it. You know? Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it did it. I don't think it did it. I don't think it did it. And if it's going to keep doing it, I don't think I can play it. So I don't know what to do though. Like, I don't know how to fix that. Like, what do you do? Like, why does it switch pylons like that? It not only, did you notice? It not only switched pylons, it broke lock. Did you notice that? It not only switched pylons, it broke lock. So I had to relock on the plane and switch back to the pylon in order to fire another missile. Did you notice that? Oh. You know what? You know what? I have a non-Steam version of the game. See this? This right here? I'm going to try this version also. I'm going to try this version also and see if it does it on this version too. Because if it does, then I'm basically screwed. Yeah, I pretty much own every version of the game I can find. I have the floppy version. I've got the CD version. The only thing I don't have... No, I've got every version. I've got the floppies of the original game and the 2 expansions. I've got the CD version, which is weird. The CD version does not have the 2 expansions. It only has the first expansion. And then I've got the Steam and GOG version. So something's going on here. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll also try it out on my laptop. But this is the same version as would be on my laptop. Well, I love this game. It's one of my favorites. It's so unique and different. I love this game. So that's why I have like so many different versions of it, you know, because it's special to me. This game is very special to me. And that's why I love it so much. But yeah, I will test the GOG version. I will test that DOS version. And if it does the same thing, I might have to move on, which would be sad because I love this game. But if it does that to me, I can't in all honesty play it because that's too frustrating. We'll see. But yeah. So what are we playing on Monday? What are we playing on Monday? Is the 3rd. Oh, we're going to be playing a game called Dark Moon, which looks some kind of space colony game, I think. So that will hopefully be fun. So have a great day. Have a great weekend, everyone, and happy Halloween. If you do something for Halloween, be safe. Hope you get a lot of candy. That's your thing. And have a great weekend. Be safe, be well. Take care of each other. Please get vaccinated. If you haven't already, get your shots. Wear your masks. Please get vaccinated while you still can. Get all your shots. Did I just say that? I think I did. Thank you as always to our patrons who help pay for things like Restream, which is expensive. I know, Matilda, it's almost food time. I know it's almost breakfast. Don't forget to check out Retro Dogfight, my new podcast about old flight sims. Yes, I just got my shingles vaccine recently because I've heard shingles is terrible, and since I'm past 50 now, I did not want to deal with that. So I'm as soon as I heard it was available, I'm like, yes, please, gimme. But of course, I also got the flu and COVID boosters as well. Potatoes and VHS. Yes. So episode 7 of Retro Dogfight will be out tomorrow, in which we talk about F-18 Interceptor, the Amiga only flight sim. And since I never owned an Amiga, my two co-hosts really educate me and you guys about the Amiga. So we not only talk about F-18, but we talk a lot about the Amiga, the rise and fall of the Amiga. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Big. Yeah. I know someone who said they got shingles on the roof of their mouth, and they said they wanted to die. Like they said it was like the worst thing that has ever happened to them. Like I didn't even know that could happen, but apparently it could happen. And oh my God, it sounds horrific. Like, oh my God. Yeah. And don't forget to wear your helmet. Have a wonderful weekend.